In the beginning of Parashat Matot, we have the Parasha of Nedarim, which Chazal debate in many different places. The Gemara in Masechet Nedarim, of course, in many places. Gemara in Masechet Yevamot, Daf Kuftet. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? We find that making a neder is not so simple. But sometimes a person should make a neder. Nidre zrizut. You have David HaMelech that made a neder to find the rightful place of the Beit HaMikdash. He's not going to go to bed and rest until he finds that, until he gets the building project of Beit HaMikdash into motion. There is such a concept. So what are Nedarim exactly? And the truth is, this is in our terminology, it's commitment versus social interactions. Nedarim are commitments that we make. A person says something that was mutar to me until now, I make it asur. It could be a neder nazir lahazir laHashem. Nazirut, a Nazirite, is also a neder. You feel that you need to establish boundaries for yourself, and you do it. So, even by Nazir you find he's called a sinner, he's called holy at the same time, because Nedarim are important parts of our interactions in life. Sometimes you need to push yourself to do something, to committing oneself to something that you need to do. Na'aseh v'nishma is a commitment we made to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's the ultimate neder. Nedarim are the parasha of commitment. By the same time, they come with restrictions. They come with important prioritization in our minds. For instance, the beginning of our parasha says, well, if you're married, then many of those things, nidre inui nefesh, they are hinged on the, you have to see if your husband could deal with that. If you are a daughter, if you are a person committed already to a family, then you have to bear in mind those commitments and priorities in life as well. But we create responsibilities with our own involvement. There are certain things that are mushpa ve'omed behar Sinai, we are commanded to do. And there are other things that we create those realities in our lives. We commit ourselves, our lives are defined by the commitments that we have. And prioritizing those commitments is really the proper balance in life. A person that gets married, they're committing themselves to a family. A person that starts, becomes bar mitzvah, they're now committed to a set of laws. And a person in life, when they do business, they commit themselves to other partners, to other people who they're doing business with. Parashat Nedarim becomes so important and sensitive because that is what defines us as human beings. If you commit yourself to something, even if you are not halachically committed, there's a concept of dover emet bilvavo, because you said it, you got to do it. You committed yourself. She'erit Yisrael lo ya'asu avla. The Jews do not deviate from what they say. They keep their words. There's this concept. The Gemara says, Rav Safra, I'll just say this as an example. Gemara says Rav Safra was sitting, he's saying Shema, he was a business person, he had a business, he was selling something. And as he's sitting there, unbeknownst to the buyer, he's saying Shema. And the buyer comes and says, I want to buy this item. And he's not talking, he's saying Shema. And he goes up the price. He said $50. He said, maybe 100. It's quiet. He thinks he's ignoring him because the price is too low. 200, 300, 400, 500. He goes 10x to the price. He really badly wanted it. By that time, Rav Safra finished his Shema. He says, give me the $50 and you're good to go. Wow. Because at the moment that he said 50 in the beginning, I said, that in my mind, I said, I'm okay with that $50. That's dover emet bilvavo. A commitment that was not verbalized, but a commitment nevertheless. It's the importance of Parashat Nedarim, importance of our commitments in life. and our prioritizing of those commitments, which is the real definition of a human being with regards to their relationships with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and with other human beings in the society. Be'ezrat Hashem should be a zchut that we should learn to prioritize properly and keep our commitments in that way. Amen.